Hello, Internet. Music is the only thing that I really care about in life. So today I wanted to talk about why I decided to step away from pursuing a career in music after 15 years. So this was a decision I made a couple years ago, and it's because I didn't want to have to make music to make money. Now, I'm lucky that I have a day job that I like that pays me decent where I can pay my bills and live and not have to worry about money. I'm not rolling in it by any means. The cap for making music with money is a lot higher than it would be with my day job, but I'm the type of person that really values security, and I really like having a steady income that I can depend on. Obviously anything can happen. I can lose my job at any moment. Anything can happen to anybody, but I like to know how much money I'm making and be able to work with it, because then that frees me up to enjoy my life in other ways more so than I would if I was depending on those things to make money. Does that make sense? Like, I can make music freely at my own will whenever I want. I can make whatever I want. I don't have to put out anything by any certain time. I don't have to cater to any certain demographic. I don't have to do anything for anybody specifically when it comes to my creative projects. And that's how I like to keep it. And I didn't realize this until 15 years into pursuing my music career. So I kind of touched on this in my last video, but I wanted to expand on it more because I think this is something that a lot of people can relate to, because most people are not succeeding in pursuing their music career, or they're succeeding in pursuing it, but they're not succeeding in making a living off of it or whatever. So I think there's still a bit of almost like a taboo when it comes to being an artist, that you're supposed to hate your day job. You're supposed to not like it, and you're supposed to do everything in your power to try to make a career with music or art or whatever so that you don't have to have a day job. It's almost like embarrassing for some people to admit that they have a job. But I think that's silly because most people have jobs. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of person that's gonna throw all that away just for some idea of being a successful musician. If that's what you want to do, then you should do it. But I think it's silly to value an idea over your real life, because that's all it is at the time. If you're not a successful musician, being a successful musician is just an idea. And I don't think that that's more important ever than your daily life. I talk about this a lot on my channel. Lifestyle is the most important thing in my life. It's what I value the most, is what I'm actually doing on a day-to-day basis. And I want to be able to, get up, do my job, which again, I'm lucky that I enjoy. And when I'm done with my job, I get to do this. I get to record videos. I get to make music. I get to do whatever I want. And I don't have to worry about it. Whereas if you're a musician and that's your job, every time you're making music, you're kind of on the clock. And some people are motivated by that. Some people are motivated by money. They're motivated by success. They're motivated by fame and notoriety, all that stuff. I tried to force that for a long time, and I just had to admit to myself that that's not who I am. I don't care about fame. I don't care about money. I don't care about success to the extent that it drives me to create. I create because I have an innate need to create. And I want to keep it that way. Do I want to be successful? Do I want people to know who I am? And do I want people to listen to my music and like it? Of course. But that's not more important to me than actually making the music. There's people that will value those things over the actual art itself, which again, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. That's just not who I am. And I think a lot of people that are finding my channel are similar, where they're just normal people. I'm just a normal person, and I think at this point, looking back, if I was to have succeeded with my music, it would not have gone well. I would have, I would have thrown it away because of my own mental health shit and other reasons. I would have ended up being in the same spot I'm in now, or potentially an even worse spot, because I wouldn't have invested all my time keeping my job that I have and succeeding in my life that I currently have. I'd be prioritizing other things that would have led me down a path that eventually would have been a dead end that I would have had to figure out how to get out of. So I just want to make this video because this is something that I wish I had heard earlier in my life. And maybe, like, culturally things are different now, times are different. I'm older, I have different perspective, but I don't think there's a lot of, content and advice out there encouraging people to just keep their job and make music whenever they want. Like I said, if that's not something that sounds good to you, then you can try to change it. Do something to try to pursue music as a career, but you have to have a plan and you have to understand that it's probably not going to work out. And again, I'm not trying to be discouraging. I'm not trying to be discouraging. I'm just trying to be realistic and share my story. Because like I said, most people have jobs that they have to work to support themselves and their family. So just because you make art doesn't mean that you should be above that. Like, aside from like whatever structural issues and problems that we have, in the country, that's the reality of most people's lives is they have to work to survive. So I think being down on yourself for not having more is not going to help you get through your day. That's what I learned. Like, I need to stay positive to make it through life. And I can't be positive if I'm constantly negging myself for something that I do for fun. You know what I mean? Like, music and art for me is enjoyable. It's a fun thing for me to do. So constantly being negative because I'm not doing enough with the fun thing that I'm doing did not help me enjoy my life more. But as soon as I, remove the albatross off my neck of a music career and I just let it go and I just made music for myself solely and just do it how I want solely, I'm feeling way more fulfilled. Again, do I wish I didn't have to have a job? Of course. But that's not reality for most people. And I am most people. So I just wanted to put this out there. I hope you guys get some inspiration. I put out a new video every Sunday. So if you like this one, you can come back next week for a new one. Changed up the hat for the new season. So we'll see how many hate comments I get for this hat. And I'll see you next week.